Next, I'm going to discuss the difference between square roots and cube roots. I will start with square roots. Now, square root goes the other way around. We discussed that, if you have 3, if you square 3, you get 9. So the opposite of that is what we call square root. So what you're saying here is that the square root of 9 is 3. In mathematics, there's a notation we use, this symbol here, so the square root of 9 is 3. So let's look at cube root. Cube root is the same thing. It's the opposite of cubing. So suppose we start with 3 on the left. So 3 here. If you cube it, you get 27. The opposite of that is what we call cube root. So you can say cube root of 27 is 3. In mathematics, we use this notation. It's like a square root, but you have a 3. So cube root of 27 is 3. That's the difference between a square root and a cube root. Next, you're going to look at how to substitute in expressions involving square roots. I'll work out the first question. So A, square root of whatever P is, and my P is 4, so just substitute 4, plus Q, which is -1. Now, what that will give me is square root of 4 is 2. So 2 minus 1, which will just be 1. In the next question, what I'm going to have is square root of whatever R is. Now R is 2 minus Q, which is -1. So I'll end up with the square root of 2 plus 1, because a negative and a negative give you a plus. These two will give you a plus. So I'll end up with a square root of 3. And that's how you work out substitution involving square roots. Just make sure that you're careful with the negatives. And when you end up with your answer as square root of 3, that's fine. That's allowed. Here is another example involving substitution involving cube root. So we'll do the same process. So 5 into bracket, we substitute whatever R is, which is 2, plus 2, and then whatever Q is, which is -1. So I'll end up with a cube root of 10 minus 2, which will be the cube root of 8, and we know that cube root of 8 is 2. can say I have cube root of 2p over q. So use the same process, cube root of whatever 2, and substitute what p is, -1 over q, or p is 4, sorry. So let's start again, cube root of 2, substitute whatever p is, which is 4, over q, which is -1. Now what I'll end up with here is the cube root of 8 over -1, and that will be the same as cube root of -8. Now we know that -2 multiplied by -2 multiplied by -2 is -8. So basically we can say that the cube root of -8 is -2. So our answer here will be -2.